Hello everyone, and happy Sunday if you're seeing this on Sunday. And I have another deck that just arrived yesterday, the Tarot de Marseille. This is Joseph Peterson's Facsimile edition of the Jean Noblet Tarot, which was originally published around 1650. And there is one surviving copy, apparently, in the Bibliothèque Nationale in France. And this is basically just a facsimile deck. He hasn't really... He's made some alterations to the deck, but not too greatly. It's not like a total recoloring and redrawing. There were some missing cards that were recreated, the 6 through 10 of swords, so I'll be interested to see how those look. And this thing has kind of a wonky magician card. The original has like a half a baton in the magician's hand, and it almost looks like he's kind of flipping somebody off. And there's some speculation about whether that was intentional or if it was just badly drawn, if it wasn't finished. I was looking at one site that suggested that perhaps some of the cards were drawn by an apprentice, and maybe that could account for some of it. So we'll take a look. So Peterson has actually supplied a second card with a full wand. So there's 2 magician cards. So here is, and this one is much smaller. Or I shouldn't say much smaller, but it's smaller than most of the Tarot de Marseille decks. So like, here's my the Pierre Madini that I got from Yves Renault. So just for size comparison real quick here. Oops, let's zoom out so we can see this. Oops, wrong way. So yeah, you can see it's a good deal shorter, but it's the same. It's about the same width as the Madini deck. Let's see, compared to Yoav Bendov's CBD Marseille. Yeah, good deal shorter. But I like the coloring. It's kind of like a cream background, not bright white, which is very nice. Come on. There we go. Get a good look at the Fool here. Yeah, he's got all his junk on display too. Okay. So here is the funky magician card. You can see his weird little, like, partial wand there. And there are some spelling errors too in some of the titles, which is another reason people speculate these were not actually done by an original, like the master engraver, that perhaps it was one of his apprentices. Excuse me, I had to take a sip of tea there. And La Papesse. So you can see these are basically just as the cards exist. They're not cleaned up. The colors haven't been changed, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure these are as true to the original colors as you can get. Just a sec. And he did make apparently some adjustments to proportions in a couple of the cards. I know the world is supposed to have been changed a little bit. Adjacents. Spelled with an S, which is kind of unusual. Oops. Come on. There we go. That's better. And you can see he is facing to the right, where most Tarot de Marseilles have the Emperor facing the other way. Let's see if I can find the Madame deck real quick. Oh, yeah. Right there. So, yeah. Oh, nuts. Well, the Madame deck is apparently based on the Conver deck, which I meant to bring in with me and I forgot. But you can see the emperors are facing the other way. You know, I'm going to go get that Conver deck. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is the Lo Scarabeo version of the Conver deck. And so, yeah, and this is a small deck. You can see it's still a good deal shorter. Let's see. Yeah, so here's Conver's Emperor. Very, very close to the Madame. So, getting totally off topic here though. Anyway, back to the Noblet. So here is the Pope. And Lovers. Yeah, I need my glasses. Okay. And the Chariot. And Justice is 8. So you can see he hasn't cleaned up any of the illustrations or I'm not sure if this is one of the cards he made some adjustments to. I'll have to look it up. The cardstock's really good. If anybody's wondering, it's got the square corners, which are traditional. Oh, forgot to show the backs. Here's the backs. Your Hanged Man with his little wings or something, whatever those are supposed to be on his back. This is very nice. Oh, and I should mention too that this is another one that got to me in record time. I ordered it May 22nd on Amazon, and it's directly from Joseph Peterson though. And it arrived yesterday, May 25th. So 3 days from order to receipt. Pretty phenomenal. I think it was $25 plus shipping. You don't get the free shipping since he's a third-party merchant. But like this. It's kind of weird. The whole body is kind of flesh colored, but the face is not. It's just the same color as the background. Very interesting. Judgment. I think that's one of the misspellings, and it looks like an I, not a J. In the world. So yeah, I can see if you look at other photos of this online, you can see the body has been a little bit elongated on the central dancer there. It's really kind of very squat. Looks like the legs are two different colors too. One's kind of a yellowish and the other's more the reddish. It's interesting. Let's see. So these are the wands. I like these. I like the coloring. It looks pleasant. So there is another edition of this deck, which was done by Jean-Claude Flournoy. Can't talk this morning. In 2007. That is still available through, I think it's letarot.com. They have different retailers, mostly in France, but I know there are other shops that carry it. If you look at their website, they list other retailers, other shops. This is for Saint-Germain. I like the size of this deck. It's very nice. It's one of those decks you just don't want to put down. Oops. 8, 9, 10. I still need to get the Flournoy recreation. Because he really, it's cleaned up, the lines are crisper, and I like to compare the different decks. Not that there's anything wrong with this one. I'm just a geek and I like to collect decks. If you do read reversals, this one is actually reversible. The flowers on top and bottom are different. That would be a hard one to remember though. This one you could tell because the X is only on one side. And here we come to the recreated cards. Oh, a little bit of a color difference there. That's interesting. And here is our extra magician card. You see he's got the full wand there. So you can use whichever one you like, whichever one you prefer. Let's see. And here's the two of them. I wasn't even paying attention for the spelling errors that were mentioned. I think we saw one. Maybe that's the old form of the J. I don't know. Force. Oh, yeah, temperance didn't have the T in the name. Yep. Two L's and star. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, interesting little deck. Very nice. And certainly affordable. $25. Let's see, survives in a single deck only, preserved in the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, dated 1659, produced in Paris. Unusually small, shows many other unique features when compared to later modernized decks, such as the popular design of Nicholas Conver 100 years later. This reconstruction preserves the original art as much as possible, restoring colors to the original state and repairing damage. Missing cards 6 through 10 of swords have been carefully reconstructed. So, very nice little deck. I'm not going to go through this and try to find the full to compare, but it's the Madani deck. Oh, there we go. Too many decks floating around here. Interesting. That's just so funny about that wand. So, there we go. Nice way to start off Sunday morning. And got more decks on the way, so maybe more videos hopefully later this week. Yeah, I hope you like that. And I wish you all a great Sunday or a great week ahead. Thanks for watching, and if you like, please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.